Hello and welcome to this video. I'm R.A.S. and what I'm about to tell you might seem a bit controversial. In fact, it might get some of you triggered, but that's none of my business. At the end of the day, some of the opinions I have, some of the statements that I live my life by, don't even necessarily need to be true. If I believe them enough, then they become true. I've spoken before about the reticular activation system, which is a filter that everyone has in their mind, where your mind filters out stuff that it doesn't deem as relevant. So what that means is that if you're a positive person, your mind will filter out any negative things, and it will make you focus on positive things, on opportunities. And if you're a negative person, then you won't be able to see opportunities because your reticular activation system is only looking for negative things. Now, what I'm about to say to you is that, in my opinion, life is easy. Now, I'm sure loads of you now are coming up with reasons in your mind why life isn't easy. And look, life has its struggles, but I go through life believing that life is easy. And then what that means is I'm always naturally looking out for and noticing reasons to prove that life is easy. Now, if you think about it, humans, the way we're built to get through hard times. We're built to struggle. Thousands of years ago, we would have had to go out every day and struggle and hunt and gather our food. We would have had to fight off other tribes. We wouldn't have had all this medical knowledge that we have now. So, we would have been killed off easier by diseases and stuff that nowadays aren't a problem. Life would have been hard. Life would have been a struggle. You wouldn't have been able to be weak. The weaker humans would have just died off. It would have been survival of the fittest, like it still is with the majority of the animal world. But nowadays, life is easy. You can live a life where you're not trying, where you are being a bit of a waster. You can allow yourself to get overweight and get weak and still live, a prosperous life. You don't have to put much effort in. And I have been one of them people that hasn't put much effort into my life. All right, for the last 6 or 7 months, I have been taking things seriously and trying to better myself and turn myself into a stronger human being. But my whole adult life, as far as I'm concerned, I've been an absolute waste man, and I'm still here. I've never gone hungry. Even though I've always been quite unconfident and a bit of a coward, I've still been able to get myself through life. I've still been able to have a love life. I've still got a great girlfriend now, even though, I'm not naturally very confident. I'm not much of a go-getter until I actually sort of really push myself to be. As you know, if you've been watching this channel, I've spent my whole adult life taking drugs, being a waste man, getting drunk, making myself weaker physically and mentally, and yet I'm still here. I've got a roof over my head, I've got food in my belly. Life has been easy, and life is easy nowadays for us as humans in the modern world. There are parts of the world where life isn't so easy, but I can only look at the world through my own eyes, from my own perspective. And it's funny, right? When you look around at other people, or notice within yourself how minor things get turned into major issues. It's almost like, because we're built to withstand big struggles in our lives, which we now no longer have to go through because we're living in a modern easy world. It's like we have to get our struggles from elsewhere. So we make mountains out of molehills. All little things in our lives that are troubling us, we blow out of proportion and constantly moan about. And ultimately, by doing that, we make things worse. We make ourselves even more depressed about these little things that we have. Persuade ourselves that we're having a really hard time of life when we're not. It's almost become fashionable to moan about everything. Everyone moans about their marriage. Everyone moans about how hard it is to bring up kids. Everyone moans about how hard their job is, and what they're doing really is they're making their mind believe that their life is hard when it isn't. It's a vicious cycle. The more you moan about the little struggles you have in life, which are easily bearable, the more them things seem worse than they are, and then you've got more to moan about, and then you'll encounter friends that are moaning to you about their things, and you're just adding fuel to the fire and sort of proving your negative view of the world, when in reality life is easy. You can choose how you view your world, but you have to actively view your world in a positive light, or if you choose to, in a negative light. Me personally, I don't like to be around people that are negative, and it's not because their lives are particularly hard, it's because that's the way that they perceive their lives. There's people out there that have got a way harder life than you but never moan about it, and then there's people out there that have got a way easier life than you that always moan about it. It's how you perceive the world is more important than what your actual world is like. I could sit here every day and list off negative things in my life, how life hasn't been fair, how I was bullied when I was younger, how I've got this drug addiction which isn't my fault, how all the number of mental issues that I've got. I've never bothered going to get diagnosed, but I do study things on the internet, so I could say I'm probably a bit bipolar, I can say I'm a bit of a sociopath, I can say I'm a bit of a schizophrenic, I can say I'm maybe a bit autistic or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you focus on them things, your life's gonna seem really hard. I could focus on the fact that I'm not rich, focus on the fact that I don't own any property, focus on the fact that I'm getting older now, the list goes on and on and on and on. But I choose not to focus on them things. I choose to focus on the fact that I've got a roof over my head, I get to eat nice food every day. I focus on the fact that I've got a great girlfriend. I focus on the fact that we live in an age now where you can go on the internet and learn stuff, where you can better yourself. I focus on the fact that I have, got the strength within me to turn away from my old life of drug addiction and stuff. I just focus on the positive stuff. And when you focus on the positive stuff enough, you don't even see the negative stuff. But also, when negative things do come your way, you're able to deal with them more because you haven't worn yourself out worrying about negative stuff that isn't actually that bad. I take things as they come. I focus on the positive stuff, and then when the negative stuff comes, I'm able to deal with it more. The way I live my life now, because I am building myself up to be stronger physically and mentally, I'm like, bring it on, bring it on. If I end up having a heart attack or a stroke, which would be deserved because I have spent loads of my life, living unhealthily and putting crap in my body, and bring it on. Like when I've had the issues recently with my dad, I didn't curl up in a ball and cry about it. It was like, no, bring it on, we're going to deal with it. What my dad's going through with him losing his memory, he doesn't even see that it's happening most of the time, but I'm still like, bring it on, take the lead, like jump on it and solve it. Anything that comes my way nowadays, I'm game, because I haven't worn myself out blowing small negative things out of proportion, because life is easy. So yeah, it's good when little negative things come my way, little challenges. And ultimately, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger anyway. So challenges and struggles aren't even negative, they're positive, because we live in this modern world nowadays where life isn't hard enough, where we are built to withstand more than we have to deal with. So it's great when bad things come my way, because otherwise, how are you gonna become stronger? Like, what is your purpose in life if everything is easy? And as you'll know, if you've been watching these videos, I now actively put myself through struggles every day. The easy modern life is the reason that I've probably gone down the road of taking drugs and stuff in the past, because I've been able to do that sort of thing. Well, nowadays, I have to put myself through struggles every day to keep myself on track and keep myself off of drugs and stuff. So I'm literally actively running into hardship every day, whether it be training every day, whether it be cold showers, whether it be, eating healthily, really and truly, I'd love to go and eat crap every day. It's harder to eat good food every day instead, resisting the urges that I do get every now and again to go and do what I was doing in my past. These are struggles that I'm glad to take on every day. I enjoy it. you know, because every time that I put myself through a struggle, every time that I have a day where I have built myself up to be stronger in one way or another, you know, little bit each day, it's great. And any struggles that are going to come my way in the future, as I say, bring it on, because the things we're supposed to struggle with, you know, getting food, finding a mate, staying alive, that's all taken care of for us now in this modern world, because life is easy. So look, how do you view your life? Do you view your life to be easy, or do you view your life to be hard? Because what you'll find is, it's not about how hard your life is, it's how you view it. There will be someone out there with a harder life than you, and there will be someone out there with an easier life than you. And you can choose whether you look at the world as being easy, or you can choose to look at the world and view it as hard. And what you'll find is, how you view the world is how your world is. Now, some of you out there might be thinking that what I'm saying now is far-fetched and I'm kidding myself and I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, if that's true, so be it. Because while 99.9% of the world are out there trying to persuade themselves that life is hard and find a reason to not bother progressing in life, I'm going to be kidding myself, telling myself that the world's easy and looking for opportunities that prove that opinion. So be it. It doesn't matter whether what I'm saying is true or not. If I believe it enough, then it becomes true for me. And as I've said before, I am the most important person in my world, as you should be the most important person in your world. So it doesn't matter what other people think, it only matters what you think. In my case, it only matters what I think. And what I've found is what I think and what I believe is way more important than what's actually going on around me. In fact, what I believe and what I think shapes what I see around me. So look, I'd urge everyone to, try it for a day. Try and only focus on the positive things in your life. Everyone's got positive things in their life. Everyone's got negative things in their life. But for a day, just leave all your negative stuff until tomorrow. Like literally for today, only focus on the positive stuff, and you'll see how you're basically training your brain to only see the positive stuff. And then what you'll find is that when negative things do come your way that need to be dealt with, that's life, you'll be in a better position to deal with those things while simultaneously enjoying the positive things in your life a lot more. So that's all I've got for this video. Hope you guys stay positive, stay healthy, and stay on track. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.